Maya. In today's video, I have my girl,
Tasha.
It's like, no. So today's video is going to be a sit down Saturdays. I know I haven't been on YouTube in ancient years, but we back, and that's all that matters is that we coming back and we keep going. So today we're going to do a sit down Saturday. We got a couple of questions in our box where we just go randomly pull and we just go basically just discuss the topic. And in the beginning, we gonna start with like a little icebreaker. So we got these cards called, I don't want to wait, here we go. It's called Let's Get Deep. And it's like the Friends edition. So I usually do this in the beginning of all of my sit down Saturdays just to do a little icebreaker. And then for this video, we basically it's gonna be like just discussing different topics that we put in a little box and just share our thoughts and stuff on it. So yeah, want to get started? First, we got our little mimosas. We gonna cheers.
Made by yours truly.
Period. By my girl Tasha. Better do it. Hopefully I don't spill it because I literally just spilled my other one. But yeah, so guests can go first. You could pull the first icebreaker question. If it's some bullshit, you could just like pull a different one. Because some of them cards be like, what are you talking about?
Well, no, this one kind of funny though. Because I think I remember. It's like, what is the first cell phone you ever had?
Damn. I don't even think I remember the first cell phone I had.
Mine was that sidekick voice.
I think I had a Razr.
A Razr?
Yeah.
See, I wanted one of them bitches bad.
No, I don't think, that might have not been my first one. I don't know what the first one was.
I think my first one probably was like a flip phone. Like, and then it was like a burner phone.
Yeah. Not a burner.
And then second phone was the side swipe for sure. I had that bitch for a couple of years.
You doing the perfect motion light. Because that's exactly how you do it too. You know, the Razrs was like the iPhones.
Do you remember that little mini ass phone? The one that was like literally small as hell and everybody wanted it because it was like a mini cell phone. You don't remember?
No.
I have one of them.
I didn't have a phone for a long time.
Oh, what?
I didn't have a phone for a long time.
Oh, me neither. You know, my parents were strict as hell.
I was like, you paying the bill? I was like, no.
And then when you started, you got a phone when you started paying your own phone bill.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
She was like, that's why I used to always like braid hair and shit. And babysit because I needed me a phone, so I need to talk to my niggas. I know. Yeah, pretty
got
much.
in trouble like a motherfucker. I was texting my little so-called boyfriend at the time. We're not gonna name names. You know who it is though. You know who it is.
Oh yeah. You talk about?
Nah.
No.
It was before then. First cell phone. That person was and like I was already a teenager. I was like,
and who was before him?
I was like 12 years old. I had a little middle school boyfriend in 7th grade.
Oh, dang, I forgot about him.
I called myself, texting him all night, right? Used all my phone minutes.
Not you used all the minutes.
I used all the phone minutes and got my ass whooped, got the phone took. Didn't have a cell phone again until I was a teenager.
Yeah, they was like, yeah, you trying to be
myself. I was on punishment for like the whole rest of the 7th grade.
That's aggravating. It's like you being too fast for us.
Yeah.
Run the phone. But yeah, I don't remember what my first one was, but from what I can remember, I had a Razr. And then I think I just had like the regular, like, just little phones they had back then. It wasn't nothing too much. I know it was a Metro PCS for sure. I remember one. It say, what are your favorite fall activities? I love to go to the pumpkin patch and like go get, what's them called? Not the pumpkin patch, but the other thing.
Like donuts and stuff?
Yeah, what's that called? That's to the pumpkin patch? Yeah. The pumpkin patch.
Oh, the cider mill?
Yeah, like the cider mill. I like going cider mills and things like that. That's really all it is to do. What the fuck else is it to do in the fall?
Well, like hayride.
Oh yeah, that's a part of the cider mill though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love fall. I love drinking apple cider. I love
With the
that
donuts.
Mormon's donuts. Boy, it's so good. I love
You gotta bite it and then drink the cider at the same time. That should be slapping. It'd be like, I don't even know how to explain it.
It just slap. I love pumpkins, carving pumpkins. I love
Halloween.
everything.
Like Halloween?
I love Halloween. It's my favorite
Fall, I think is my favorite
season.
season.
It's for sure my
because it's
favorite.
like that in between. Summer it'd be too hot, winter it'd be too cold.
I call it jacket season. Like you can wear like a jacket, like a blue jean jacket or something. Good.
You ain't gotta do too much.
Favorite season.
But yep, so that's what it is. Alright, so both of us did an icebreaker. So now we can get into the real juicy questions. You wanna pull it first or you want me to pull it first? You. Say nah. Well, basically we both gonna like answer whatever question it is. Like we both gonna give our intake on it. Okay. Got one. Let's see. Do you feel as though social media is making us less social? I feel like I can't really speak. If I'm speaking to myself, no, not for me. I don't feel like I'm less social. I'm still like social media really don't have an effect on me. Like I go there for giggles and laughs and I get the fuck off or just to have some shit to look at. But for other people, yes, I do feel like it's like some people like they be internet bullies, but they won't do that shit in your face, like or like I don't know. Basically, yes, I feel like it's making people less social because they just feel like they don't have to do nothing, or they could just talk to people over the internet, and that's pretty much it. I mean, some people still link and stuff, but I don't know. I guess. What you mean? I guess. I don't know how to explain it.
Do I think? What did it say one more time?
Do you feel as though social media is making us less social as a society?
Yeah, it for sure is. I'm the complete opposite. It affected me 100%. I feel like I hate texting. I hate talking on the phone. I don't really respond to people that much through text message. I don't really answer my phone that much. I spin people. I ghost people.
Do you feel like that's because of social media though?
I really do, because I'll be on Facebook as I'm ghosting or ignoring somebody.
Like somebody call you, be like, let it ring, and you be like, anyway, back to my Facebook.
Swear to God.
But you would talk hello on Facebook and shit.
Yeah, like I'll be on that. That's how people would get me to respond to them.
Like, all right, so if I know you'll answer, I gotta hit you up on Facebook.
Basically, they'll comment on something like, check your text.
Right.
Like,
so what made it like that? Like, what, like?
Because it's so easy to talk through social media.
Yeah.
It's like, you probably still have a social life anyway, period. Like, you probably still talk on the phone with your girls and just like all that. And I completely had stopped doing that because I was in, the toxic relationship. So I really wasn't hanging around people or talking on the phone with friends.
Yeah.
And then right from that, it was like social media.
Yeah.
So even though social media had been around, it was like I got more stuck in it after the bad relationship. And then it was like I was still trying to venture out because I had already been boxed in, because when you're in a toxic relationship, you like isolate yourself from like society anyway. Yeah. So getting out of the bad relationship, I'm trying to like venture back out, like, hey y'all, like back. I'm single again.
Yeah. I'm single again.
So while doing that, everybody was still stuck on. It was like the way to venture back out was through social media. Yeah. And it became easier. And then like you could talk all day through that shit. And then get in person and be like,
so because it is easier to just like text somebody, like either if it's through social media or just like a text or something, but then like you gotta come with more when you like in front of somebody. Like you can't just be like, you can't take a long time to respond. Like me and you talking and then you can't just be, I'm be like, bitch, did you just hear what I said? But
you can't sit there and like think about your response.
Yeah, so I get what you're saying. But dang,
it gave me hella anxiety. I'm not gonna lie. Like I have social anxiety.
It don't seem like it.
It really don't, but I do. I don't even go to clubs. Like, I used to go to clubs and stuff a lot, and that would be my way of being able to talk to people and meet people and stuff. But, like, I had slowed down on the nightlife now, too. And because I work. Now I work all the time. That's all I do is work. So, I really don't go out to clubs and parties and all that anymore either. So now it's like really locked in.
Right.
It gave me social anxiety.
So do you feel like you will be able to come out of that one day, or it's just gonna take time? Like, what do you think would like help you to be more?
I think being ready to get rid of the pages or like.
So you think you got to get rid of this social media in order to,
or just delete the app or something like.
So you don't think you can do both? You don't think you can just try to be more social and still be on social media?
I don't know. I think it would be hard.
Yeah, you feel like you gotta one or the other first, and then ease your way back into
both.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to do that? No, you don't really care. You want to be antisocial.
Just for now.
Really antisocial.
It's I don't want to be. I know it's bad. I do actually want to be better at communicating with people. My consistency and my communication is trash. So I do want to be better at that, but
you putting you first.
It's like I don't have the like what you're doing right now. Like, I don't have the self-control. I guess you could say to even start. So that's what we're finding now is like self-control.
But with self-control, it's kind of like if you think that you gotta be ready, you're never gonna start. Like you just gotta keep trying it. Like that's like me. Like with working out. Like I didn't try to start working out so many times to keep like not doing it. It's as long as you just keep trying it, eventually you'll get there. So at least try. And then even if you fail, just be like, damn, I tried. Maybe I could try again like a month later or next week or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you keep thinking like I'm just gonna have to like till I feel like I'm ready, you're never gonna feel like you're ready until you really do it. Now it's Sasha's turn to put her question.
What is your opinion on perception versus reality?
So you answer first because it was your question.
Kind of tied into what we low key was talking about. So, because social media has a lot to do with the perception like that most people have out here.
Most
And
definitely.
my opinion on perception is trash. And I wish that we could go back to like reality, like living in reality. People live in the perception and forget like what reality even is.
Yeah. But if you think about it, everybody have their own perception of things. Like that's why a lot of people have debates. So you I get what you're saying with like the social media thing, but like you can't really say the way somebody perceives something is really wrong. Because that's their perception.
Yeah.
And then I feel like perception and reality ties in because some people's perception is their reality. Like they feel like I said, that's what's right. Like that's how I feel, that's how I view things. So I just feel like perception and reality kind of go hand in hand. But like you said, a lot of people do like perceive stuff just like off of social media. So like when it comes to relationship, like oh your relationship got to be like this, or you're not goals, or your relationship got to be like this, or it's failing, or it's succeeding. Like no, you can't tell somebody how their relationship whatever worked. That's when it goes to perception. However your relationship, how you see your relationship is your perception and your reality.
Right.
So that's just how I feel when it comes to perception versus reality. I feel like it kind of go hand in hand, and it's whatever you make it. Cause shit, we really don't know what the fuck going on in this world. We don't know. You can't tell really somebody what's right and what's wrong unless it's like scientific stuff that's like proven facts. Like this has to go in order for it to be that. But like little stuff like relationships and stuff, like who is somebody to tell somebody how that's supposed to really go? Unless like you thinking about the Bible and like, oh, you're supposed to be married, like that type. But just like I don't know. I still don't be knowing it. I be like, I don't know.
I think perception could tie into like conspiracies too. Like,
that's your perception of what you believe.
Yeah,
and how you see the world.
Don't let nobody tell them.
Yeah,
like conspiracy theorists don't let nobody tell them what they think.
Yeah, you can't tell me how I like what I feel and how I feel on something. Like if that's just how I feel, that's why I feel like I don't like. I'm not gonna say I don't like going back and forth with people because I like a good debate. But I'm not gonna get mad at somebody because they feel this type of way. That you have that right to feel that way. If that's how you see things through your lens,
right? Who
am I to try to change that? So go ahead, Bookie. I don't agree, but what can I do to change your mind? If that's how you perceive things.
So it's like you feel like perceptions are basically kind of like opinions.
Yeah, kind of basically. Like that's how you feel. That's your reality. That's how you envision things and how you want your life to go.
Right.
So yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, but I do think a lot of people go off perception more than reality because people are fucking delusional, or people just like I said, they so caught up in like what the government say or like what social media say or what their parents say. They just want to live up to other people's expectations and they don't go off their own judgments. So
parents' perception
or what they feel they kids should do or shouldn't be like them and stuff like that. It's like you gotta let somebody just do what they want to do. Cause I used to be like that. I used to be like judgmental and be like, no, if somebody didn't like agree on what I agreed on. I'm not really like that no more. Like I just be like, you have that right to feel like that. Like that's you have that right. We might not agree, but if that's how you feel.
That's how I pretty much debate with people now. I'm like, you got the right to feel like that.
Yeah. Even if it is facts and you still just think, I'll be like, you got it. Oh shit. I'll be like, you got it. Listen. If that's your perception.
But it does annoy me when you can spit facts to somebody and they still don't want to listen to you. It's like, you're choosing to be ignorant and I'm like giving you
and them type of people you just gotta just stop talking to because they just in their own reality. That's what it is to them, and they don't give a fuck about none of that shit you talking about. It's like I said what I said, and I don't care about none of your facts. I don't think that your facts is right, so that's how you perceiving something. So it's like that's tough though, cause you be like, no, bro, like what do you sound dumb, and you be wanting people to be like, you don't get what I'm saying, like you don't, but you a fucking drive yourself fucking crazy. Yeah, trying to like make somebody believe,
understand the true facts.
That's why I feel like
I can't stand people who choose to be ignorant.
Yeah,
like, I'm open-minded. If I don't know something, that's fine. Like I'm so okay with not knowing something. Teach me then. Tell me, like, correct me. Tell me what the right way is.
Everybody not like that though. Some people just choose to be ignorant, like
closed-minded.
Closed-minded, choose to be ignorant and
like
just stuck in their ways. Yeah, we're not even gonna touch on her. She the type of person that's like so stuck in her ways. When I watched the last episode of Blueface and Krishan, when they was talking to like the therapist and stuff, you can just tell that she gets overwhelmed when it comes to stuff that she has to face reality to, that she know that she's went through or like stuff like that. She don't want to talk about that shit, and she get irritated. It just goes back to that interview when she was mad because Blue wanted to talk about it and she didn't want to. At the end of the day, that's still his story too. You bust him upside the head, so he had the right
asking him about what happened to his head.
And she don't want to talk about it because she don't want to take accountability to what she did. Exactly. That's really all it was. It wasn't because people like, oh,
because she said like I don't feel her because
I felt her for sure.
Because like you calling me a bitch, so I'm calling you a bitch.
I for sure felt what she was saying. Yeah. I just didn't like the fact that she was trying to tell them that he can't talk about something that he. Like it was like basically like he should have respected her when she said she didn't want to talk about it
right now. Like if you got disagreements with him from what happened, like we can lay it out right now. Y'all talking about it in the interview. Like she just want to avoid all problems.
Definitely when it comes to her having to open up about what she did or take accountability for something that she did. That's what I get off of just like the show, like and just like stuff that they like been through. It's just kind of giving like when it comes to hard topics that she feel like she got to take accountability for, or it's gonna be like somebody ask her some questions about herself and how she can fix herself. Cause you see, she kept saying like, "That's just me." Like, no, you need to stop being like that. Like,
Right.
you being you is not cool. Like, what are you talking about? What are we talking about here? It seemed like Blueface be more willing to like, what can we do to like work? And now he ain't no saint either.
At all.
He ain't no saint. They both be in their own ways, but he just seemed more open minded to like, okay, let's see. He be like, I'm a communicator. I want to talk. He be wanting to talk, and she don't be wanting to. Babe, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that.
Let's negative. Let's talk about positive.
Yeah, and it's like we're never gonna get to the positive if we don't address the negative. Cause if y'all don't address the negative of what keep making y'all do what y'all do, y'all never is gonna move into a positive direction, my baby. And I don't think that correlates in her mind.
Right.
She just think, we did it. Oh yeah, it's over with. I don't want to talk about it. No, y'all have to figure out what y'all got to do to move forward. But that's that.
And that's like we was saying, you know, that's her perception.
Yeah.
She's stuck in it.
Yeah.
Can't nobody tell her nothing right now, which is real sad.
Yeah.
But what can anybody do?
Yeah. She definitely gonna have to get it together now that she about to have a baby.
Yeah, I can't believe she pregnant.
I can. She got pregnant by that nigga 3 times already.
Oh, for real?
And got an abortion. That's why she said she was keeping the last one. She was like, I'm not about to keep killing my babies.
Oh, I didn't know she was doing
She
that.
got pregnant by him 3 times and killed them. And she said she not getting no abortions no more. So she would have had 4 kids by this man. Well, she probably wouldn't have had 4 kids if she would have went through one of them. I don't know, but
God help that baby. Oh, no.
I'm about to pick a new one. Well, it's a lot. It say if somebody asks you out on a date, is it better to have high or low expectations? Let me think on this. High or low expectations?
Like think about like the position you're in life right now. And then
I would have high expectation as in what I want and what I'm looking for. Like, okay, are you coming with the same stuff? But like, I wouldn't expect, if you looking at it just like, oh, do I expect the date to go well, or is it gonna go in my favor? I would have low expectations on that aspect. But like, as in like what I want, what I'm looking for, and how I want to move forward with relationships, yes, I would have high expectations in that, because if you don't meet that, the off. But no, for real, it's nothing else for us to talk about, because at this point I'm trying to like build, and if you ain't on that, I'm just lowering myself to your standards, and I don't got time for that no more.
so like to keep it more simplified, like I would have high expectations for just like where I'm being took. Or like
You said what?
I would have higher expectations for like where I'm being took out on the date.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not saying it has to be a 5-star restaurant or, you know, Roof Chris or some shit. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm saying for me, you could spoil me in thoughtfulness. So
That's the one.
So for me, it's like, how much thought did you put into the date? And I'll have high expectations for that. Like, I'm at a point where this first date, we don't know each other, but if I'm gonna give you the time of the day, I've already dealt with people who are inconsiderate, who don't have a romantic bone in their body, who rude, broke. Listen, I mean, so I was like, it goes as far as just toxic. So I'm not dealing with that anymore. Like, just come correct. Like,
Period. That's all we ask.
Yeah, like you don't even have to take me to no restaurant. It could be like a picnic, and you set up like a sipping paint at the picnic or whatever. Like, that's thoughtful. Or you take me to a really pretty garden, and we just walk around, and you like, let's say you're somebody who owns a camera and you do photos or whatever, you take photos.
Mm-hmm.
And your first date to me is you take me to a garden and take photos of me.
Mm-hmm.
Like a whole photo shoot thing. Like that's
but people
that'd be
just
beautiful.
guys you just gotta find that type of guy that does that, because like these guys do not be
think
thoughtful.
like that. They don't think like that.
They just be like, oh, we about to go to a restaurant and fucking who? I'm not fucking shit.
Right.
Like, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. What's tea?
We don't fuck for mules over here.
Yeah, and people be thinking like people, men, whatever, whoever, they be thinking like, oh, I take you on a date, that means we gotta fuck. It's giving very much rapist. Like, people who expect sex gives me rapist. Like, that really gives
and
me.
I'll speak from a standpoint because most people know that I like women, so I don't do that. I don't take somebody out and
they be like, you gotta give me some pussy later.
Right.
Like,
I would never do that. It is
You be
perfectly fine
controlling?
to go home, to go separate ways. You can even meet me up there if you don't want me to come pick you up.
Mhm.
That's fine. Like, I'll send you the location. We can meet up there.
right.
Like, it's no need to be weird, to be pushy, to be all that extra shit.
That's why I said give me like rapists. Like, why you so forceful about like sex? Like, oh, I did this, I spent this money on you, so you should be giving me some pussy.
And then my thing is, you, like, we here because this is what you chose.
Right.
Like, you took me to this date. You chose this restaurant. You knew what the prices looked like on the menu when you chose to take me here. So therefore, I don't have to repay you for choices
Anything,
you made.
right?
You made these choices. You didn't have to take me here. It didn't
Right.
have to be expensive. This is your decision. You want to impress me this way.
Right.
So I'm going to accept it. Like, thank you.
Right.
Appreciate it. I take my steak now.
Yeah, I don't know what people be thinking, but it just gives me like pedophile, like not pedophile, but like rapey vibes. Like, it just gives that to me. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
That's the high expectations that men
yeah, they be like, you already know what it is, so why you come? Just like the debate where they
Because
be
I
like,
wanted to go out.
yeah, just like the debate when they be like, if a guy flew you out, do you gotta fuck?
No.
I don't have to do anything. If I
I
truly
really don't.
I don't have to do. They're like, then why did you come?
Because
To have a good time, to travel, to get to know each other. Like,
You didn't have to buy my ticket. You could have simply said, hey, I really want to see you. You buy a ticket here and everything else is on me.
right? Like, I just
you
don't understand
chose
that.
to buy my ticket. Like, we could have made an arrangement where I buy my own ticket and we arrange whatever. Like, when I get there, like, we can even go back and forth. Like, I pay for something the first day, you pay for another
Right.
day. But I'm not here to use you for all your money, because if I
Yeah.
responded to you in the first place, I have an interest in you and I like you.
Yeah, but I think it's because like men or women, like, you know, whatever you go with, they do be having that high expectation of like sex, and I think sometimes it be driven from like just how society is, and like women just be wanting the money, so they be like, shit, you want the money, bitch? I just want to fuck type shit. But it's like not every woman or man is
Just
like that,
right.
and like you shouldn't be like that. I feel like you shouldn't be like that in general, but you just shouldn't
Because
be
I
like that.
don't
with
just want
everybody.
people money. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I don't want you to be broke.
Right. The thing is, I don't want you to be broke because we gonna stay out of each other's pockets. Like, I don't need you to support my financial shit,
Yeah.
and I don't need you to need me to support you on your financial
Right.
shit. Like, we just both need our own, and then we could spoil each other here and there where we do.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like. I realize that fast.
You was talking about spoiling each other here and there. We all need to. That was the last thing you said.
I can't remember what I said before that. But yeah,
Shout
anyway.
out.
Yeah, but anyway.
Moral of the story is stop that rapey shit. Because it's giving very much like you're a rapist. And that's all you think about and care about. And like, if I don't do it, I'm going to get punished with you not fucking with me, or going to leave me in Houston or something.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say, like, I have been through my little phase where I was, like, finessing.
As you should.
But it's like, I've learned that, like, that's some, I'm going to be honest, I feel like that's some young shit.
Yeah.
Or that's I just starting to be on the scene type shit. Like, you know, when girls first started to get a little name for themselves, a little fame or a little extra followers, and they first start being around successful people, it's easy to be like, well, I'm gonna let so-and-so take me here, and I'm like, this rich dude take me here, and this actor take me here, and this rapper take me here. So I feel like that's usually how I go in the beginning of that kind of lifestyle. Or just for regular people, I feel like it's a young thing. Like, you get over it.
Yeah.
So I did that, but now it's like, I don't need nobody and I don't want your money. And I feel like even if I was rich, famous, in the limelight, you know, all that extra shit, I still wouldn't be like using nobody for their money or expecting them to fly me out just because you're rich. I'm rich too. So I still feel like I'm in a mindset where I'll just fly myself out, especially if this is new. I just fly myself out. That way I don't have to deal with it.
Because guys will be like,
I'll just say no, thank you. I'll buy the ticket, like just to avoid all that extra shit.
Because it be the what's the word? Not the audacity, but the entitlement. Like, you just supposed to. Like, I supposed to. Like, when it was that debate, people was like men was really like, yeah, you supposed. Like, what are you coming for? Like,
and I don't understand.
So I really can't come just to have a good time with you, spend time with you. We go adventure things together.
But it do be because a lot of these girls be just using
and that's what I said. And they be like,
so there's a little bit of responsibility on both sides there.
Yeah.
Because like we both said, like, these girls will use you for a quick trip and don't find you not one lick of attractive.
Yeah. But still, it's like, that means she still owe you sex though. It still don't give that. It still don't equate to that. Like, just don't fuck with her.
Yeah.
Like, just don't mess with her if you know that she's a gold digger. If you know that she just wants this one thing from you, just don't fuck with her.
Like, you making that choice.
Yeah, at the end of the day. So I don't know. People be
but
weird.
You think you gonna like eventually get her to give in? Like,
yeah, that's giving rapey. Y'all stop being
anybody who's trying to, and that's weird anyway, trying to
manipulate the situation.
Do little manipulative things or like convince a girl.
Yeah.
Like I just remember being young and chilling with somebody and like they're trying to initiate sex and I'm saying no, and they're trying to do little shit like
you know,
they'll start doing little going like this, like, why are you rubbing on me?
Or they be thinking if you be like no, that you just like playing. Like, the first time somebody tell me no, I'm no. Oh,
you said no.
They be like, you just trying to play hard to get like who
most of the time that's what they mean. I promise you, like that is what they mean.
Some girls do that hard to get. Like, they're like, no, and they really. But I feel like you can tell the difference from the like.
Anybody who say they can't tell is a lie. They can't. Like, you can tell the difference between the nose.
People that can't tell the difference is rapists.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. But is it my turn to pick the next question?
Yeah. Oh wait. No, it was mine because you just did the date one.
Oh, okay. But yeah, y'all, moral story, don't do that, guys, women.
Don't ever try to convince nobody to sleep with you.
And if you see that they act in a certain way, and don't try to manipulate nobody or just do anything just to try to fuck, because that's giving very much rapey, and I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah. Alright, so, do you think social media ruins relationships? Yes. And that's exactly why I keep mine on social media. I
do feel like social media ruin relationships because of like, even like me, like sometimes I'll be watching something and then it'll be like, oh, if your nigga doing this, that, man, I'll be like, hold on, my nigga doing what?
Exactly.
But then I'll be like, having to come back to reality, like, I gotta stop doing that because then I'll be texting the nigga like, so why you eating your french fries with ketchup and you wasn't eating your french fries with ketchup before? Like, I'll be just asking crazy ass shit and I'll be having to like sometimes get off that shit because that shit will make you like be like, or sometimes it'll make you give up some shit that you really want to work on, like with somebody. Like, you'll be like, you know, like, you shouldn't, you deserve this or you that, which is facts. Some of the stuff, like, yes, you really do deserve, but like sometimes I feel like relationships is hard and you do have to work through that shit. And like social media just make you just like say fuck your person that you just supposed to go through.
They give you all these expectations and then when your person don't meet it,
Yeah, you like,
You
yeah,
just like fuck him, and it's like that's not even reality.
Yeah,
that's like you trying to get some storybook movie shit,
right?
And that ain't the nigga you chose,
right?
So accept who you chose, like accept him for who he is.
And if you feel as though y'all can work it out, work it out. If you can't, move on. But social media for sure, like even like some of my friends, they be like, who the fuck was that? I forgot who it was, but we were talking about like the niggas in like going in his likes and stuff. I was like, y'all go to y'all niggas likes and see
I used to.
I never did that. Like I'm like, that started making me think like, should I go through? Like, no, bitch, behind the fuck down.
I used to do that shit, like and now they got all kinds of shit where people can hide certain messages. It's just all tight. They make it so much easier to cheat on like Snapchat and Instagram now. So I don't go through that shit no more. But I used to be in a toxic relationship where like I'm checking, because bitches used to really like plot on my relationship and like be liking my pictures instead of his.
That's weird.
Adding me, liking my pictures and shit instead of his, but I'm posting stuff of us.
Oh yeah.
But then that's the same bitch I find in the DMs, like in his DMs. It's like, who does that? Who plots that hard? Like, you're that lonely that you can get your own?
Right, motherfuckers do be plotting on, like, your niggas. Like, and the niggas will fall for it every time.
Every time.
Are you fucking kidding me? But yes, I do agree that social media do mess up a lot of relationships, because people be having that, like, stuff talking about, like, oh, should I post you or should I not post you? And if you don't post me, then I mean you don't really fuck with me. Which I do kind of agree. And I don't feel like if you don't post me that you don't love me or you don't like me. But I just feel like as like just like a human reaction, like you would show off what you love. Like you would just be like, unless you really just, I don't know, some people is really just private.
Right.
Like some people really
like me. Because if you don't know me in person, you don't even know what my nigga look like.
But Sasha, you used to, like, maybe you changed.
Yeah, no, I used to post. Yeah, I used to post my relationships on social media for sure.
Maybe you more just like learn from your mistakes.
Learn from.
But if you think about it, you used to post your nigga because you want to show off who you. So you get where people be coming from, and they be like,
yeah, because sometimes I be wanting to post a little something, but I still don't do it.
Yeah.
So
why don't you do it? Because you just want to hide the world from your... You don't want to hide him from the world. You want to hide the world from...
Pretty much. No, because social media is toxic. Like, people will start trying to... It's girls that will try to find his Instagram or whatever. And it's like... And be weird. Just make up lies. And just be weird.
And you don't be having time for that.
I don't have time for that. And then there might be niggas like exes who's lurking, stalking.
Yeah,
some of them are a little cuckoo
for Cocoa Puffs.
So, but I just try to keep him out the limelight. Like, no, leave him alone. That's why he's not even from Michigan. He not friends with no niggas in Michigan. He don't hang with niggas in Michigan. I don't post him on my social media. If you don't know me in real life, you don't know what he even looked like. You probably don't even know his name. Some people who know me in real life don't know his name or what he looks like.
I'm damn near to the point where I don't be wanting to post my shit either.
It just make it keeps, it's one less thing I don't worry about. Like, every relationship gonna have shit, but cutting social media out really cuts out toxicity. Like, cause toxicity comes from like just overwhelmed anger. Yeah. And then you start acting like irrational. Yeah, irrational thinking. And you can't even like take a breath, calm down, and really think about what your next move should be. You just gonna go all out, breaking something, whatever, getting restraining orders on you, getting arrested.
Not restraining orders.
I'm telling you, like, it gets real toxic. Like, you bleeding somewhere, you're in the hospital somewhere. Somebody got arrested. Like, somebody's shit's destroyed. I don't have time for it. You're fighting other people because you think so and so trying to fuck your nigga, or so and so nigga trying to fuck your girl. Like,
Yeah, social media can go into some deep shit, and it's just like it just make it so much easier for people to be accessible, and then like I feel like that's why people cheat super much more now, because it's so easy to just see another bitch, see another nigga. You got so much access to them, you can just DM them, then y'all go from there. Like it's just crazy now. Like people used to have to actually meet up with people. Like people still cheated, they still was gonna cheat if you wanted to.
People for sure still cheated, but it was way more intricate. Like you had to be good at it to not get caught.
Yeah. Now you can sneak and like you said, like the Snapchat, you can delete shit.
You don't have to be that good at it.
Yeah, you can still not get caught. Want to do. But I mean, God gonna reveal whatever. At the end of the day, what's done in the dark is gonna come to the light at the end of the day. So
Big facts.
Big facts. But I ain't trying to be waiting for God to show me, bitch. I want to know how. Okay.
Please let me remove anyone
right,
from my
please.
life.
It was a post. It was like, I asked God to remove everybody from my life who's not good for me, and He removed my nigga. He was like, why did you do that? You know that person? It was like, huh? Why you do that? Why did you do that? Like,
because He's not good for your life.
But yeah, so I don't know. That social media is, it's like a good, and like social media is like a pro. It got pros and cons. And that's one of the cons.
It got pros as far as career goes, like career choices that people make. If you got a business,
networking and stuff like that.
Yeah, so that's really all it's good for.
I mean, they have other stuff.
I guess keeping in contact with people that you went to high
and then
school
they be
with.
having like some people like motivational speakers, or you could just learn different like about astrology. They got like different pages of people.
Well, yeah, YouTube. Yeah, I be all
stuff
over
like
YouTube.
that.
I stay watching YouTube. So
but as of like when it comes to like relationships and stuff, it's not really the best.
I wouldn't recommend 0 out of 0.
0 stars.
We got a 0.
All right. We got 2 more left. Alright. Do you feel that platonic relationships and romantic relationships should be held at the same standard? Okay, so I feel as though I kind of got like two-sided to this. So when it comes to like, I feel like just the way you're treating them and like the reciprocating like energy, yes, I feel like it should be on the same level, because a relationship is a relationship. Yes, I understand like obviously with your intimate partner you would like have sex and stuff like that. You obviously won't be doing that with your friend, but I just still feel like you should give that same energy that you give to a relationship, to your friendship, because that's still like a relationship, definitely if you honestly care about them. And I feel like that's like the biggest thing that I'm like learning now that I'm getting older. Like I used to be just saying people with my friends, like no, they were just like associates, or they were just cool people. Like I feel like a friend is somebody who really is like give a fuck and, you know, show the same, give the same like energy that you give. And then I also feel like no too, because it's like with a relationship, definitely if it's like y'all deep to our marriage and stuff, like obviously you wouldn't be like trying to like live with your friend and like pay bills and hold them to like certain expectations when it comes, like I said, like bills or like just stuff they supposed to be doing around the house, like obviously stuff like that. But that's why I say yes in like certain aspects, but no in like other aspects.
I say no because I don't have to see I'm one of them people that be kind of like ducked off. Like I don't have to see my friends that often. I don't have to talk to my friends that often. But we still gonna stay locked in. Like I'm one of the people that's dependable. Like I show up when it's important,
Right.
Like a birthday or
And
like
that's showing the that's what I mean. Like you showing that because I'm pretty sure your friends will do that for you too. That's what I mean.
Yeah, like it gotta be like if something serious happening or anything. Like of course, yeah, I'm gonna chill and come like catch up and do that and stuff like that. But also just know for a fact, like I'm gonna show up for the big stuff too. Like if somebody got a performance, or if somebody's in the hospital, or if just all those big things. Like I was there when Courtney had her baby. You feel me?
It's not more like I gotta talk to you every day type shit, because I don't have to talk to you.
Because I talk.
It's just showing up, like you said.
Every day.
Right. It's just like showing up, like when I need you, or like like it could be as little as you just checking up on me and seeing like how my mental going, or like, you know, just stuff like that. Like people, like some friendships don't think that is important. Like they will never call their friend and see if they okay.
Right.
I'm just see if they like okay or anything like that. But they'll be on their nigga head, make sure they nigga okay, or make sure like, why can't you do that for your friend if you honestly care about them?
I actually learned a little bit from how I treat my friends on actually how to treat my relationships. So swapped, like, because I don't have toxic relationships with my friends. We don't argue, we don't fight, we don't drama and messing with each other, boyfriend and whatever the fuck.
That weird
That shit, right? That these females be doing with their friends.
Right.
I don't do that kind of stuff with my friends. Like, we're respectful to each other. We know how to talk to each other. So I took that into the relationship. Like, how do I treat the person I love that I'm in a relationship and romantic with? Like, shit, like I'm so quick to jump on you and so quick to react to every little thing in a negative way. But I don't do that to my friends. I'm so understanding when my friends come to me. Though, why am I so understanding with my friends? But I'm so I can't understand shit you say. So I had to take how I treat my friends into my relationship.
So that would kind of be like a yes and no for you too, then. Yeah, it just depends on what it is. Like, obviously, you ain't gotta be like up your friends' ass. It's just like you said, the showing up.
Some people are like that though. Some people really feel like that's friendship, like being up each other's ass.
That's a perception. It all depends on that. Like
I love you, Simone and Megan, but they say they give each other space, but I think they are extremely.
It's because they work together.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure. Cause you remember they said like
they went a while without.
Yeah, like when she had her family and stuff, is now she was her assistant. She worked for her, so they were more around each other. That's probably what it is. No, they got to grow closer, but. I wouldn't mind being like that with one of my friends. Like if we work together, we always talk. Like some of my friends,
we make money together for sure.
Yeah, some of my friends I do talk to damn near every day or every other day. It's just the type of relationship that we got. But I'm not like expect like if you don't talk to me every day, I'm not gonna be like, oh, she ain't my friend.
Yeah, I do not do that.
It's gonna show up when like things is happening and you don't never show up, but I'm showing up for you. Or you can't even like check up on a bitch and see what she doing, or like stuff like that. Like that's what a friendship is to me. Like we said, it all goes up with your perception. Because I was talking to my friend about that too, and we was talking about like being friends and like what you expect and stuff like that. And she was like, you gotta understand, everybody's not like you, and everybody don't take things like you. And I said, you're right, but I don't have to fuck with you. Yeah, and that's where it's gonna come, where I know how I want my friends to be.
And everybody can choose that. And that's what I used to try to tell people. It's like, this is how I am. This me. If you don't like it, we don't have to continue being friends. It can respectfully be like we just separate. But this is how I am. I'm not going to be up your ass. I don't want to see you ever again. I don't want to talk on the phone every other day. Like, it's just not how I am. Like, even me and my nigga give each other a lot of space. Like, it'll be sometimes where we'll be on the phone for like 3 hours, but most of the time is, you know, hey, I just got off work. Okay, how's work? Oh, good. Da da da. Okay, well, you know, call me later and get settled. Well,
and if that's what works for you, that's what works for you.
That works perfectly fine for me. I'm off the phone. He called me again later on the night. All right, babe, I'm about to go to sleep. Love you. All right, love you too. Good night. So good. Off the phone again, and that was all the conversation for that day, and that's perfectly fine with me. Like, I need my space. Like, it's just how I am.
Yeah, and if that's just how you is, that's just how you are. But like I was saying, like when I was talking to my other friend about that, I was like, that's why I have to reevaluate who I call my friend, because my perception of what I want a friend to be is a certain type of love, basically just like what I give. And if you feel as though you can't give that,
at least what I give,
like we don't got no bad blood. We just not gonna be.
I meant for
like
each other.
Like we can be cordial. We can still talk and
associate.
Basically, you're not my friend though, because you're not the type of friend that I want in my life. And the same goes with a nigga. Like,
but if I throw a big party, y'all send me an invite if I remember.
Yeah, but it's like I wouldn't consider you as my friend. Like we wouldn't be going on solo outings and
Right, we ain't
solo,
getting
going out of town and shit like that. Like, nah. But yeah, and I feel the same way about like my dude. Like, you need to be on reciprocate the energy. That's what anybody for me. Like, you just need to reciprocate the energy that I give, and it's like sometimes people fall short. That's where you come in and just have a conversation and let somebody know. But I feel like
is key.
Yeah, but I feel like if you can't even do that, and I feel like even with your friends, like how you was like, that's just me. Sometimes you still gotta work on you. Like, that's like,
yeah, nah, I just said there was something wrong with me.
Yeah.
Like, I am one person that will accept flaws, but I do feel like me telling you I don't want to hang out with you every other weekend.
No, it's nothing wrong with saying that.
Yeah, you feel me? That's not a flaw. That's just how I am. That's my personality. Yeah. Now, a flaw would be like if I talk to you crazy.
Yeah. Like, all right.
Like, okay, I don't feel like talking on the phone. All right, bye. Like, I'm not gonna get off the phone with a friend like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna talk to. Oh, that's just how I am. No.
Yeah.
I don't like that. It's disrespectful.
Yeah. Like, you gotta learn how to like.
That's why I never really befriended like, you know, mean people. Like, people who are just, you know what I mean by mean people. Like, they funny and they fun and all of that, but they also mean as fuck, low key, and they can end up saying some off the wall shit to you. Yeah. And I've never got close to people like that. Like, if I always steered away from that kind of energy, like, you're loud and you're funny and you're cool, but you say a lot. You should talk a lot of shit.
Yeah, I feel like
one day you gonna direct it towards me, and it ain't gonna be great.
Yeah, I feel it.
So it's like I can't really fuck with those kind of people because those are people who will not accept their flaws. And if I tell them about themselves, like, you just rude. Yeah. So
yeah, I feel like I kind of used to be like not accepting what people say. I'd be like, oh well. And I'm like, I gotta stop being like that. Like, because other people do have feelings, just like I have feelings. So I can't just be being like. It's I never really just like rude for no reason, but it's like once you piss me off or some shit like that, like, oh, fuck.
You would be real quick to be like, alright, I'm irritated.
Yeah. Like, I want to let you know up front,
I'm irritated now.
Yeah. But I feel like I've been working on myself like a lot, actually. Like, I still got my little ways. Obviously, people gonna have to work on them every day, but.
And not talking about you, but like, let's say that was somebody else who still is in that mode where they'll just always be irritated and want to make sure they tell their friend like, I'm irritated. Not saying you saying like they do that. Like, that's still like a day problem. Like, you allow that many things to irritate you.
And that's exactly what I'm fucking been working on. Like, stop letting everything like annoy me all the time. I'll be like, you know what? I'll be telling myself like, I'm not about to be irritated. Don't even do it, Ayana. Don't let it, because you.
And I hear you say that a lot.
Yeah.
Especially during like party events or something. If you trying to put something together, you like, I'm not about to.
Nope. I'm just trying to like
do it.
Yeah, because then you gonna be irritated, and then that's gonna just be, you gonna start getting a headache, and then you gonna be snapping at people. So I just be trying to avoid certain stuff like that.
I've turned very unproblematic. Like, I used to be problematic as fuck. I remember when I worked at Cheesecake Factory. Ooh, that was a doozy. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody hated me there. Like, they had a love-hate relationship with me. Like, I like you, you seem cool outside work, but in work, you be like,
used to be snapping on people.
Snapping, like, always constantly snapping on people and having short fuses. And like, I literally told this one dude, meet me at the dumpster. Like, straight up, it was
shoot the ones.
So it was like a smaller dude, like fragile.
Take him.
Yeah, he was like fragile and small, and like shorter than me and shit. And then he would walk around with a Band-Aid on his nose. And I'm not trying to be mean, but he used to talk a lot of shit. So he had like, I heard he was like sick or whatever too. On top of that, so your health isn't that great.
You is a bully, girl.
But he is a bully. Like, he used to literally be on the line talking crazy to people, and it's like, boy, like, I'll blow on you and finish you off. Like,
finish him.
Like, that's crazy to me how people
not blow on him.
Like ass over.
He's like, meet me at the dumpster.
For real, like, I was ready to smack the shit out of him because he was kind of forgot what happened. I think it was because I told him I needed something for my order, like, and I had one item missing, and they started making other orders, and I'm like, bro, I said I need this one last thing to finish this one, and I kept asking. It was like an hour later, and the customer cussed me out and
So
asked for
like,
a manager, and asked for a manager and all that. So I ended up cussing him the fuck out, and he was like laughing while I was talking.
Oh yeah, meet me at the dumpster.
Yeah, he was like laughing in my face, and he was just like not giving a fuck. And I was like, started cussing him out. But what I should have did was just go get a manager.
Yeah,
you feel me? So it's like I've learned from my mistakes and not to.
That's why I feel like as long as you're growing and you just learning from your mistakes, that's all that really matters. Cause like,
I used to just constantly, I used to just be mean, like just mean as hell, spazzing on people. It was I think what really made it click in my head was my dad was like, "I love you, but I don't like you."
Yeah, he was like, "Oh,"
I was like, my heart, like that shit.
Like, I gotta get my shit together.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta really switch it up, and I had to start treating people especially people I love, with way more respect. But I got that down pat, so now I'm learning to treat like everybody, people I don't even know, like strangers. Treat everybody with respect,
cause you don't know.
Cause everybody deserves respect until you don't, like until you show me you don't.
Right.
So I'm very unproblematic. Like I just try my best, not to cause a scene, no matter how mad I am. I be like, you know what?
Yeah, I'm not really problematic. It's just when you take me there. Like,
you gotta really take me there. Like when I had tips missing at my job at Holiday, I snapped on them, and but I can count on one.
My money.
I can count on one hand how many times. I think I've literally only ever snapped at Holiday twice, and I've been there 3 years. So I definitely calmed down. I've heard people talking shit about me literally, and I didn't say nothing. I just left it alone. Like when I go home, I don't know you. I'm not gonna remember your names.
So like it don't even matter, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Y'all just
I don't know if I got that mature yet. So I'm like, you said what? I'm right here.
I just be like, fuck it, because all we gonna do, I'm gonna end up fighting and getting fired. Like I'm gonna smack the fuck out you.
Right.
It's gonna instantly go there. Like I don't even know how to argue with people that good anymore because that social anxiety shit. It's like I'll start stuttering and trying to argue with somebody that your shoes ugly. Right. It just start. I would just start that. That's why, because Krishan do that. Like she don't sit there and argue with people for real. She just be like.
I was watching the first episode of Baddies West. You know, they just came out.
Yeah, you see how she was waiting on the couch. She was like, I wait patiently.
Bitches. She was like, soon as that girl started saying some shit,
because she don't really know how to argue.
And then she feel like she like, I don't know what these bitches gonna do, so I'm gonna just fight first.
And like just like with Persuasion, she was like, so who said the joke? And then Persuasion like, well, I said bop. Right. Like it took nothing. Like she was like, I'm not about to argue with you. And that's how I am, because a lot to do with the social anxiety. I don't know how to argue with you, so there's no point in going there because I'm gonna fight you at my job. I'm gonna get fired.
Right? Yeah, you're right. But yeah, we got one more. Yeah, we got one more.
It's the good one. I know which one this one is.
Yeah.
Is cheating a deal breaker? No. So. My opinion on that is, okay, so my relationship is very different than most people's relationship. It's open. It's like people don't really understand it. Like they'll never be able to understand it. But in my relationship, cheating is lying, because we are allowed to be with other people outside our relationship, but we can't lie about it. Now, if you're with someone and I didn't know, you didn't talk to me, you didn't tell me, and I find out through some shit, or you being sneaky, that you have cheated. So it's more so in my relationship, cheating is lying. So it's not really. It's more so.
So
lying
if they lie,
the
would that be the deal breaker? Did you say cheating is lying? So would that be the deal breaker?
I think it wouldn't. Not the first time, but if you haven't have it, then yeah, you have to go. Yeah. But that one time, I really might only give you one chance, to be honest. Yeah. So that one time we'll talk and we'll sit down and I'll figure out why it is you did what you did.
Yeah.
Like, did you think I was gonna be as sad, or like talk to me, tell me?
Yeah, I kind of feel like that too. But at the same time, once it become like repetitive, it's like, bro.
Yeah, then you gotta go, cause now it's you. You got a problem. Mm-hmm. It's not something I did.
It's never something that you did. I feel like it's always a character flaw in that person.
I slightly disagree, because okay, I watched a show called L Word, and there was a couple, and it was obviously two women. So one of the women, the more feminine woman in the relationship, so she had problems with her mother, and she was trying to like take care of her, like she was like needed help every day type shit, that type of situation. So she's constantly with her mom. She'd have moved her mama into the same state as her, into her house, and then she's taking care of her all the time. And then she's also trying to run a bar, but they're both running the bar. So she becomes overwhelmed with her mom in the bar and everything, and she's completely neglecting the other girl. Like, there was a scene where she tried to give her a kiss and she didn't even see her. Like, she was on the phone and was like, hello, and walked right past her. She was still with her lips puckered. Like, she like, wow, are you serious? So, and it became consistent. She was consistently neglecting her. And
was she like expressing it to her?
She never even got a chance. And she was like, I think we should talk. And she'd be like, hold that thought. Hello? Like, she'd keep doing that. She's like, dude, I can't even talk to you. And she got caught in a weak moment and then cheating on her, because she was like literally vulnerable. Like, it was a moment where she just finished getting neglected. Her girl just left. Like, it was a big moment for her, because she had quit doing hair, and then they ended up needing her to do the whole cast on like a famous television show. They ended up needing her to do the whole cast hair, and it was just a big moment for her. And she left. She's just like, I gotta go, and she left and didn't stay and support her or nothing. And she was like feeling super vulnerable in that very moment. And this girl came up and was like, Shane, hey, da 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 da, and started. And they had a genuine conversation.
I could see how that
felt
good to that. Yeah,
and the conversation felt so good, and she just got lost.
Definitely. I feel like I could understand that if she like felt like she was always trying to express some shit, and then she would never like they could never get the conversation is to even break up with her or something.
I'm still not saying she right, but you still should have waited till you did get to talk to her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, I feel like you still made that choice to like cheat, but I could understand like
a little bit
why you just like fuck it, like
what
you don't give a fuck. But at the same time, yeah,
because we all make mistakes, but that's a mistake I would hear somebody out on. If it was like, if I found out, because she didn't even want to listen to her, and she still felt like, I can't even tell you why. She was like, I felt neglected. She was like, so like you shouldn't have and she didn't even want to hear it now because you already fucked up and cheated. So now I don't want to hear you. And for me, I wouldn't do that. I think I'd be a little bit more open-minded that first time, because it was her first time ever cheating. So that first time, I would be a little more open-minded on like, why? What's wrong? What happened? And if you can express it to me and I can try to understand, maybe we can move past that, and I'll work on what I did to, push you to even make that kind of decision.
Yeah. I don't know. Now that I'm like older and I've like dealt with the stuff I deal with, I kind of do feel like it's like a deal breaker, because I'm never gonna be the same, bro. And if I gotta like, it's gonna take a lot of work to get back to where like I feel like we was. And it's like I don't want to deal with that. Like, I'm not saying it's not workable, but it's still like,
disclosure, you're monogamous.
Oh yeah.
So she's straight, me and you.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. It's gonna always take my mind to places I don't want it to go, and I don't want to have to feel like that, like with somebody who I'm with. So that's why I'm like, now that I'm older, like before, obviously, like G-bag, whatever. It's like,
right.
Just on that type of shit, like, okay. But as of like now,
I've never been a cheat bag. I don't think I've ever cheated back. I cheated back.
Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Come on, baby. Don't play with it. Say no, but yeah, I just feel like moving forward in my life is like that's kind of like a big deal to me. But you can never say never, because you never know. You could just be, I don't know. Like we've always.
It could be a situation where your career elevates and then you get busy.
Yeah, I might say it depends on the type of situation, because I know for a fact if I know my nigga fucked another bitch, I can't deal with that. I will fucking throw up. Like, I will think about that. I wouldn't be able to have sex with you. Because I would keep thinking about that.
And that's exactly why I'm no longer monogamous. Not because I get that. I understand that completely. And that used to drive me crazy. Like, I'll go insane.
Yeah, just think about the fact that, like, how would you touch me? How would you
everything. Like, I'm going to think about it all, and it's going to drive me crazy. I'm going to go insane. I'm going to break something. I'm going to wind up in jail. I'm going to all of that. So, because I know how I get, I decided to try to understand the other side of how a relationship could be. And I kind of realized that I don't want to settle. Like, oh, so-and-so's not romantic. I'll just settle for it. Like,
so you basically in a relationship, so if that person is not giving you everything you need, you could still date other people that could maybe fill that void.
You can fill the void, because it's like, I don't want to be deprived and settle without stuff just because I chose you. This is who I chose, so now I have to push what I want aside, or I have to settle for this and settle for that. And to me, that's not happiness.
Yeah, I'm about to be in an open relationship at this point.
Yeah, it's just like, it's a fact that one person can't fulfill every need.
Most definitely.
So you're gonna have to sacrifice some needs.
Yeah, most definitely. And you don't feel like you want to do that.
Yeah, I don't feel like I want to sacrifice any of my needs. Yeah. And I don't feel like you should have to sacrifice any of your needs.
Yeah, I feel like I'm coming to that point where it's kind of like, I don't want to change somebody who don't want to be changed. Because I feel like once you do that, they get to put on a facade and fake it, and it's not really who they is, and they get to resent you, and because they don't really want to do something, but they just trying to do this to make you. I don't want nobody to feel like that. Like, I don't even want to feel like that. I don't want to have to, like. Of course, I would like change certain ways about myself that I feel like, yes, I do need to work on that type shit. But like, if it comes to me having to like just be somebody that I'm really not, no, I don't want to do that. If I'm a cheater and you keep wanting me to not be a cheater, bitch, I'm not the bitch for you.
Yeah, you know, and it's like a lot of people live that reality where it's like they're not even, they don't even feel like themselves anymore after being in a marriage for so long.
Yeah,
it's like they really lose themselves, and that's the scary part of marriage, and I don't want marriage to be scary.
I feel like that's how it is with like Christian and Blueface. Like, she know for a fact that he's gonna keep fucking with bitches, but she keep hurting herself because
she say it out loud.
I don't like it, but I'm gonna keep dealing with it because I know that I want you. But it's like,
and she's like, he just gets to do whatever he wants, and I just sit back.
It's like, no, you don't have to do anything, baby girl.
Man, you're settling. No, man, I don't do that.
And she know for a fact he's not about to stop doing it. So it's like,
we're gonna be both doing us.
Yeah,
like, that's how I feel. Like,
but
it's
clearly she do.
According to him. And it's like, there are monogamous men out here who do actually only want one woman, and they'll try to fulfill the most important needs at least. Yeah. So there are people who will, like, cheating makes them feel like shit. Yeah. Cheating will make them fuck around and just leave you. Like, I am disgusted with myself.
Yeah.
And it's like, so there are people like that who can be in a monogamous relationship and it can become successful. It doesn't have to be over a relationship in order to be successful.
Right.
Never say that. But
because that can still get tricky at times.
Who you telling? That can get very tricky.
You be like, damn, do I even want my nigga anymore? You be like, I think I want you no more.
And that's the thing. So you can't do it unless you are solid with who you're with.
Okay.
you don't even talk about it. Wait, be monogamous for now until you know you're solid with each other. And then you guys can start talking about that open relationship shit. But if you know that somebody can take you, y'all either probably don't need to be together or y'all need to stay monogamous.
Yeah, I feel it. But yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, don't settle for nothing that y'all don't want to deal with. If you feel as though like it's not a deal breaker for you, it's not a deal breaker for you. If it is, go for that. Do whatever works for you. Like at the end of the day, it's your perception, it's your reality, it's what you feel is right for you. Whatever you feel is right for you, go with it. At the end of the day, don't let nobody tell you nothing. Now, sometimes bitches and niggas do be being on some dumb shit, but that's just where you gotta grow and have self-love and stuff like that. But don't let nobody play in your face. Don't let nobody just treat you any kind of way. Don't let nobody just run over you or nothing like that. Like, you gotta stick up for yourself at the end of the day. But
and bring back spades and like little nice home like theme like game nights and stuff, because I'm not the only one who developed social anxiety from this world we live in now. So if we could all come together and bring that kind of stuff back, I feel like we get a lot of people out of that social anxiety.
Yeah. You said spades.
Spades.
My friend just told me how to play dominoes. I was like, dominoes is fun.
I still don't know how to play.
I was like, dominoes is actually fun. I never knew that dominoes was fun. She told me how to play it. I was like, oh, this actually is not bad.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know, just
some karaoke nights.
Yes.
This stuff.
That's the type of stuff I like to do now. I like to like be out. I go out and stuff sometimes, but I like to like be at home, have game nights, and do fun stuff like that. Just chill.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, y'all just do what's best for you.
Stay in reality.
Right. Whatever is your perception, though, go with that. Don't be delusional, though. But do whatever makes you happy at the end of the day. If being a delusional bitch makes you happy, I guess be that delusional bitch. But yeah, so you got any other like last remarks or anything that you want to say before we end it out?
I would say
stay true to yourself.
Yeah, there you go.
Stay true to yourself. For real, because that'll get you a lot of places.
And it's okay to not know who yourself is.
That's another thing. That's really another thing, because I always be the type of person that feel like I just gotta know. And I be like, it's okay not to know. Like, we don't know what the fuck is going on. We just was born and just put here. So how the fuck do we supposed to know?
But just pay attention to the signs.
Yeah.
So it's your body and your emotions are gonna tell you who you are, what you like, what you don't like, what you want, what you don't want. You just gotta listen to it. Don't ignore it. And if you're in a situation you're like, I don't like that.
Listen to your intuition. Note that.
Like,
intuition analyze.
I'm the type of person that doesn't like this. Like, it's okay to get to know yourself too.
And that's what a lot of people don't do. They don't get to know themselves. And then try to put themselves with somebody or in a situation that's like, you don't even know yourself. Like, how can you even be with
Please
somebody
stop
else?
dating before you know yourself.
Yeah.
Please stop dating before you're healed from your last relationship. Don't bring trauma and all of that into your next relationship expecting somebody to fix you.
Right.
Like,
Most definitely. Because then you just gonna have a shit show. You just gonna have it too. Yeah. It's gonna be extra hard. More of the story. So, just work on yourselves. Be the best y'all can. Just push every day to just be a better you. Like she said, you ain't gonna know yourself fully. That's always gonna be like an everyday thing. Even healing is an everyday
and it
thing.
changes the older you get. Who you are in 20 is not who you're gonna be in 40.
Right.
So be okay with change.
Yeah. So yeah, we just gonna end it out right there. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna try to stay consistent with my sit down Saturdays. If it's not every week, listen. I'm gonna try. We gonna get there though. But yeah, so thank you for watching. I want you to like, share, comment, subscribe, put your phones up, do all that stuff for me. Comment down below. Tell me how y'all like to sit down Saturdays. I'm gonna bring different people on. Sasha probably come back. We're gonna just have different topics. If y'all have any topics y'all want us to talk about, put it in the comments down below. Do all that good stuff for us. So peace.